I think all of us are real talented, and I mean, all of us should just have different personalities, especially as people off the field. But I think we really click. But as far as me standing out, I couldn't tell you. Just I don't know. I really don't know.
Since you've gotten here,
Yes,
you've kind of been matched up with other guys in terms of the depth chart, and there really hasn't been clear separation. Is that something that by now you're just used to?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's used to it. It makes for a lot of competition within the room, and then it makes for a lot of fun because we know that. Hey, if I send Grady out there with Josh, if I send Deshaun out there with Carlos, like there's not gonna be any drop off. So I mean, it makes us bond a lot more, knowing that hey, I can depend on that guy beside me to go out there and play hard, and I don't have to worry about him taking off plays when I'm tired. It's not like one of those scenes where you have guys that, oh, I'm going back in the game, coaches, he's gonna mess it up. So I mean, none of us worry about that when the other person goes in the game.
Do you see an overall just steady, constant improvement in your game, fundamentals, everything since you gave up baseball? Is it just continuing to?
I feel like I'm not as tired as I used to be when I played baseball. I mean, I definitely pay a lot more attention to detail, but that just comes with growing up. I mean, and so just that part, yeah. But I wouldn't say it bothered me as much playing both sports. But I mean, I get a lot more rest now, and I have a lot more time to focus on football and watch more film.
Did you believe the coaches can better tap into your potential now because you've given that?
I mean, yeah, they have more time with me one-on-one. And we have a lot more film sessions. I get a lot more practices in. So I mean, that part's good.
Is it starting to get real now? I mean, I know you've been in camp for a while, but now you can kind of see the finish line. You can
yeah,
see
I mean,
it's
definitely getting real. Definitely being able to see the finish line because, I mean, we wait all year. We wait, 100 some days to play 12 games. So I mean, all of us are really ready, just not to hit on each other as much anymore. Get to that Saturday, get to the 30th and play.
What's the biggest challenge of going on the road facing a big-time opponent right off the bat? I mean, there's no time to kind of get warmed up and get going. This game is a big deal.
I really don't. I mean, our biggest challenge is always Clemson. I mean, they're a good team, especially it's a tough environment. But as long our coach Winnie always preaches that. I mean, our biggest opponent in every game is Clemson. And if we play within our system and play within each other and play hard, that's all you can really ask for. No matter the outcome, as long as you go out there and give your best effort that you got. There's nothing that's going to overwhelm us. I know we've seen probably anything that you could see in camp in these next few practices we're about to go through. So I don't think it'll be anything that'll overwhelm us. I think it'll just be a good game, and I think it would be a tough game just because of the environment and team that we're playing. They're a good team, so I think it'll be really good for us to go on the road and see what we're about.
Did you start preparations for Georgia today?
We did start preparations for Georgia today, yes, sir.
Any difference in trying to prepare for Hudson Mason rather than Aaron Murray, or you remember from last year?
Yeah, I mean, we really hadn't talked about it. They're both kind of pocket passers. I mean, I know Hudson can run a little bit, but we hadn't seen anything really much different in their play style. So, I mean, it hadn't been much preparing for anything different. But who knows what's coming in this next week with Coach V. He'll probably have us preparing for anything. And having Nick Schuessler over there as our scout team quarterback, you can get anything from him. You can get a runner, passer, runner. I mean, you get every type of quarterback out of him.
Talk about the running backs. Obviously, they're some of the best in the nation. They're going to present quite a challenge.
Yeah, they're definitely some good running backs, especially Todd. And, I mean, playing with him in the Shrine Bowl and then just knowing that all those guys are really competitive and they're going to run hard and they're going to feed them the ball. Georgia's always going to feed them the ball. So, I mean, that part is, I mean, it's encouraging to know that you're going to have to go against them. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be like Paul Drew every play, and that's kind of what we thrive off of as a defensive line.